Hi everyone, I have a question for you. Have you ever reached the point where you were getting dangerously close to burnout, or have you ever actually reached the point of burnout? Now, this can be different intensity levels for different people, of course, but unfortunately, once a lot of people reach that point, it is emotionally devastating. It is devastating for your mental health, and it can even be physically devastating. For some people, if they reach the absolute, most severe case of burnout, they wouldn't be able to work. Some people have to be hospitalized. This has happened to people that I'm very close to, unfortunately, so I am very familiar with this topic. But the interesting thing about burnout is that a lot of times afterwards, when the person is trying to pick up the pieces of their life and have a career again, go back to work again, feel emotionally and mentally healthy again, they go through a lot of challenges of not trusting both, companies. They don't trust companies to be fair with their boundaries and their treatment and expectations. And sometimes there's a part of them that doesn't even trust themselves, because there's two components here. And one is sometimes people burn out because of the treatment of the company. People, especially during the pandemic, were really afraid of losing their jobs. And when you're afraid of losing your jobs, sometimes you can be a lot more flexible with your boundaries in terms of what you can handle. And the other part of that is people can also burn out from different kinds of success beliefs that they have. This could be anything from perfectionism, or sometimes being too independent and not delegating, and knowing that you're taking on a lot of extra work and you're not letting other people help you because you think that you're the only one who can do it. And there's lots of different other situations like this, like people pleasing, where people might ask you to do more than you can handle and you just can't say no. And the important thing to recognize about this is, in order to start trusting yourself again, you have to start recreating and refreshing those success beliefs that you have. And this is where transformational coaching and EFT come into play. And this is how I can help. Because if you're at a point where you want to get out there and start job searching, or maybe you need to change your job and you're afraid of your own lack of boundaries, or you're afraid of how you might react to the lack of boundaries from a company, then it can bring up all sorts of stress and anxiety. So with transformational coaching, we can get clarity on where some of those emotional blocks might be. And we can also help you to build your confidence up with EFT. The first way is addressing your emotional health. We're going to work with EFT to give you a tool where you can help manage your stress levels, manage your ability to recalibrate in terms of, something happens in the middle of the day, you get a bad email, let's say you make a mistake, and it's not the end of the world because you're emotionally able to recalibrate and go back to a baseline that feels emotionally comfortable for you. The other thing is creating emotionally healthy resilience. So that doesn't mean, pushing through and doing some of the toxic traits that unfortunately a lot of us have learned that we just have to, kill ourselves in order to be valuable and be successful. So we're going to be using it for emotional health. And then the second is reprogramming some of those beliefs. Like, I am good enough. I can trust myself. I am valuable as an employee. It's okay for me to set boundaries. It's okay for me to, make standards in terms of what I'm going to put up with and what I want in a company and a career. So if you think this is something that resonates with you, please reach out for a free discovery call where we can talk about some of these things and how you can go about rebuilding your career and rebuilding your life. EFT is one of the most valuable mind-body tools that you can possibly have for this process so that you can relearn better habits. So please reach out to me. All right. Thanks, everybody.